So the only plan for training today, we were going to aim to do like a mum and dad partner workout, hopefully, if the baby allows it, or otherwise we might do a mum and dad like partner look after the baby and then not look after the baby. But at the moment, Nick from Brute Strength, my coach, is writing out like I call it rehab, but that's just how I look at it, which is just my recovery phase stuff before I train or exercise or do workouts properly. There's a baby. Okay, I'm going to go into a hand cam because Dad's taking the baby. Yeah, I'm going to do his work that he programs for me every day, which is, you know, just recovery kind of stuff, accessories. And then all of my exercise at the minute, because I'm only just coming into 5 weeks postpartum, is staying in the aerobic energy system. So rather than anaerobic being really kind of lactic acid, crazy high intensity stuff, I'm staying at that low, moderate kind of intensity, really sweaty, you can breathe and talk throughout it. The main priority obviously is like I don't need to and shouldn't be lifting anything crazy or have anything that's got a lot of tension behind it at the moment. But the aerobic stuff encourages breathing, which is ideal. And encouraging breathing obviously is going to allow me to work on my belly breathing that I've been doing for my recovery. So that's what we're going to do. But I don't know what the workout is going to be yet. We're going to see how it plays out when we get there, because it's just the two of us and we have to look after the bub and prioritize that. But stay tuned in a second and we'll let you know what we do.
On the Airdyne, and you can just rip in.
On the Airdyne? How old are you? 47? No one has Airdynes anymore.
Airdynes? Oh, assault bike, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen an Airdyne. The Airdyne's like you rock up to your grandparents' house and they've got some dodgy old thing in the garage. And your grandfather swears he still uses it.
Yeah, it doesn't even touch it. It's got like spiders webs everywhere.
Remember that dodgy bike at your parents' house?
Oh man.
There was a dodgy bike there. Every parent / grandparent has some kind of dodgy bike that they swear they're going to get fit on.
The really
dodgy rusty steel dumbbells.
Yeah, dumbbells.
We're going to do 20 by... So the workout was an individual workout. It's 20 by 20 cal. We're going to do bike erg. It's meant to have a minute rest, but we're just going to go 1 for 1. So we do 20 cals on the bike erg, I go, you go, until we've done that, and then we'll move on. Who's starting?
You.
I'm starting. First round warm up. She's asleep for 41 minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of a recovery now, just for a second actually. I'm going to kind of like active recover while I do some of my like pelvis stuff and pelvic floor stuff. I figure when I'm a little bit out of breath, it's kind of a good time to do it because it teaches me off the clock to learn how to breathe and show control while I'm like a little bit exerted. So it's good practice before I take it into a workout. So I've got some work from Nick, brute strength stuff. We've got pelvic clocks, some hip stretching, like posterior hip stretching, some prone banded hamstring curls, and some hollow body activation really slow. And then I've got some extra stuff that I do, which is just like really isolated glute work. And then I'll do a ROMWOD, and then I'll call it a day. If I don't get the ROMWOD done now, I'll do it at home later when she has another nap. Okay, so Maddie's gone back and done his workout, so I'm filming now. I got this little bubba. She just woke up. I did a little bit of stretching, and now I'm about to have lunch. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to prioritize training in your day. It is harder than ever now. It's always been a little bit tricky. You know what it's like to be motivated and all that kind of stuff. And now I have this tiny little thing attached to me all the time. As you can hear, she's hungry. So I'm going to eat, she's going to eat, and I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for lunch first, quickly, before she goes nuts. All right, here it is. I have leftover dinner, and I have one of my Nourish meals. I've gone foggy chicken broth bowl. Yum. Alrighty guys, so that's a bit of a day in the life of me at the moment, a training day anyway, when I actually get a training day. I've got a couple of tips for you if you are trying to either stay motivated to train when you have a little baby, or if you don't have a baby and you're just, you know, trying to stay motivated to train and trying to make it work. Today it was really important for us, it was really important for us that we got a workout in together, and I think when you're two tired parents, that's really, really important. So if there is anything that you can do together, that will go a long way. One thing that I have been doing though is I put my clothes out the night before, most nights when I can remember and I get a minute. If she's having a nap or she's gone to bed or whatever, what's wrong? Then I put my clothes out and then it's all ready, and I can kind of get myself sorted quickly in the morning, ready to go when the time comes, when she's ready, and I can, you know, take advantage of that time. So that's kind of tip one. Tip two is write your workout out, or have your program ready that you follow, whatever it may be. Have it ready to go. Otherwise, if you get there and you know that time is precious and you're sort of standing there trying to figure out what you feel like or what you're trying to do, it's just not going to work. So try and have something ready and written out, ready to go. Okay, I'm going to do the next couple of points without the baby because she's getting really noisy and just squirmy, so she's gone with dad. But anyway, my other tips are: wear headphones. I recently got my Escape Sounds, my sponsored headphones, which was actually a really funny story. Briggsy came and stayed with me and she had them and I needed headphones, and she's like, hey, try these out, and they were epic. And you know, I was like, oh, this is cool having headphones. I never appreciated them as much as I do now, when time is precious, and I just so happen to own the gym and I totally want to socialize with everyone, and there is a time and a place that I will 100% do that and prioritize that, but sometimes I just need that time to fill my cup. So I put my headphones in, and then people are like, okay, she's working, she's, you know, it's business time, and I can sync it up. I have, like, if I need to, I've got a little baby monitor thing that goes into the pram, and then I can hear the notifications that say that she's moving or doing anything like that through my headphones anyway. So I think that's the best way to just utilize your time and not feel bad about doing that, because you just have to do that sometimes. One other tip is pack food. So have something ready. One thing I do is I try and have meals that I can eat with one hand, as stupid as that sounds. This is a parent tip, not just a general motivation tip. General thing with training is always have food ready, because you're going to get hungry. You don't want to ruin your training by eating like crap and getting really hungry and being reckless. So make sure you've eaten something properly before you train, and then always have something ready. I always pack fruit and like a little thing of protein, my little No Way, my ATP Science stuff. I pack pack a serve of that in my bag at all times. And then if anything goes down, whatever happens, I'm ready and I'm good to go. And then the parent side of things is I pack food that I can eat with one hand, which brings me to my next tip. This is the mum one. Be willing to spill food on your kid. Pack an extra pair of clothes, because I constantly spill food on her. It is the way it is. I feed her, and sometimes I have to eat at the same time because we seem to be synced up on the same schedule, and I'm hungry and it's just as important for me to eat as it is for her. So that's a mum tip, I guess, right there. Okay, so my last tip is just accept that sometimes it doesn't always go to plan, okay? I own my gym and I'm super, super lucky because I can turn up to the gym and I can be here for hours and just wait for an appropriate time to train. Not everyone else can do that, and I still struggle. I still turn up and I can spend hours trying to make it work, either getting caught up with work, getting caught up with the baby because she's crying and she just doesn't want to let me train. Sometimes honestly, it just doesn't work, and I think if I can do something at home, I'll do something at home later on, and if I can't, I need to do something on a Sunday or whatever it is, one day here and there it's not going to be a big deal. I think the thing is, and I've always kind of said this to the members in my affiliate, if you have the ability to train, so if you can honestly say that you could fit it in that day, then do it. If you know hand on your heart that it just wasn't going to work and there were other things that you needed to prioritize and it's not a cop-out and it's not an excuse, and you did that, then it's okay, accept that, and move on, and you're going to be totally fine. For this season, I plan on training as much and as best I possibly can, but I also have another priority of looking after my kid and breastfeeding and doing all those kind of things. One thing that actually works really well, I go a lot faster in my workouts because I'm just waiting for her to wake up. So hopefully I get this awesome little sense of urgency, mum panic kind of fitness. And that's it, guys. Honestly, it's nothing too crazy. There is nothing outstanding. I don't have any sort of magical answers to anything. Stuff just is what it is, and I think if you can just roll with it, then you're going to enjoy it a lot more, and enjoy the fact that you can train, enjoy the fact that you like training, have the ability to, physically able, all that kind of stuff, and rock it, do whatever you can as much as you can. That's it. That's my tips. Training day at the moment, 5 weeks postpartum.
Yo.